What's up, everybody? Back for another Star Rail video. And this video we're going to talk about, was the second anniversary good enough, right? Now it's been a little bit, over a week now that we've gotten all our rewards for it. We had a pretty good login bonus and a few other events as well, but the question is, was it good enough? Now, for the amount of pulls they are giving us, I think it's pretty solid, right? We get two, then four, which is already 8, and then the 10, and then we get the last 10 on the last 3 days. Plus, when anniversary actually drops, we get another multi and 10 fuel. Overall, I think that's pretty solid, especially, Hoyo games are pretty stingy most of the time, but I still think that's a pretty solid amount. It's 3 multis, right? Then we have the super sales, and I know people are going to be like, oh, well, this isn't for free to play, so who cares? Hey, we got to account for it, right? First time top up refresh is pretty standard stuff, but it is still probably the best thing to happen to this anniversary. The first time top up shop reset is huge. Now, the super sales that they have, I mean, this one's okay. I might buy this one just for the feel. This one's like whatever. This is just the normal one. I mean, they're alright. They're alright, right? Nothing too crazy, but they're there, right? So we'll just kind of ignore it, I guess, for the most part, right? Special event, we do not have this one yet, and this one's an IRL thing, so they don't really matter, right? Then we have Star Rail World, which I'm not a huge fan of the event, but it gives a free Lycone and a decent amount of currency, so I'll say that's a W, right? Roam the Strange, Planar Fissures 300%. They're not out right now, but those are pretty nice, extra drops are always cool. Nothing too crazy on that front though. Then we technically have, we're also counting this for the second anniversary, even though it's technically like the patch, right? But we have to count it, right? Because it is the anniversary patch. We have the Seal Slammers event, which I haven't actually gotten around to yet, but I've seen gameplay and it looks absolutely fun as hell. So I'll give that a huge thumbs up. Plus, it just gives currency and stuff. So how can you really top that? New story, I guess we'll sort of count that. It's really good. Supposedly, I still need to get around to it because I've only been home for like a day. Um, Banners, I guess, are pretty solid. I kind of want to avoid these because mostly just everything else. But since it's on the screen, we might as well just bring it up for a momento. Now we have to go over to the store real quick yet again, and that is for the character and Lycone redemption shops. These are absolutely massive. Now I know another people are going to be like, oh, well, this is anti-free to play. The Lycone redemption, even though it takes 4 patches, it's still absolutely huge. The fact that you can get one of these Lycones not for free, but very, very discounted, only spending $40, right? Because it's like 10 USD for the battle pass, right? Only spending that little amount of money for a whole ass light cone, right? $40 is not getting you that light cone, especially if you lose, right? It's just so good. Plus the battle pass already gives you a bunch of good stuff. Now, for me, I'm conflicted because what I could do is I have Zele now. I could get in the night for Zele and we're good to go, right? Or I could get past Self in the Mirror for Runmei or the Harmony MC and it would be pretty good. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to grab Blade's Light Cone. The reason for this is because it gives crit rate and max HP, and it's Mide's second best in slot. I'm using the free Rapper one right now, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this right here. Boom. The Unreachable Side. That's crazy. I have this before I have Blade. That's probably the first light cone I've owned for a character before it. Now, next up for me, for what I'm going to grab, I have Fushuan, but I think I will pass on her light cone. It is very good for her, but I think I'll be okay. And then the Loaches really only screams, deepest Linksha, and I don't even own Linksha, so I feel like that one's just whatever for me. I'll probably end up grabbing Zele's at the end of the day, unless she really, really surprises me with her performance with other light cones. But that is a pretty solid one. But the Blade Light Cone for Mide is absolutely huge. Now, character redemption, this is something that every player can take advantage of. It's going to impact mostly whales and spenders at first, but eventually the free to players will get around to it. Plus, they're probably going to give us a free redemption every anniversary. I would hope so. Plus, they're probably gonna always update it every anniversary. They could do it before, but getting a free copy of Luocha or Ruanmei is absolutely massive. Now, I'm not gonna redeem this one in video because I have a lot of things to consider. Do I want to keep one for when they have more characters? Do I want to get a copy of Luocha because I don't own him? Do I want to finally get E1 Ruanmei? This is a decision, so I'll have to come back to that one. But these two are absolutely massive W's, probably the best W's of anniversary besides the top of refreshing, right? Now, we'll talk about this event. This event is okay. It's like, all right. It's nothing too crazy. It's just if you spend, which another, oh, people can't get this free, so who cares, right? I mean, the rewards aren't that crazy. Really, it's just this and this, right? I'd argue this one's definitely more valuable than this because I know it's either E1 Ruin May, Luocha, all that good stuff, right? But the Lycone ones, this is the only way to get it right now. The only other way is you actually just have to wait or just spend more money, which I really don't think buying the more expensive battle pass is worth it unless you really want the character icons, which I don't, so I'm not doing it, right? But I'd argue this one's probably the better value at the moment until they add more characters. Unless you just don't have Ruin May, then I guess, then yeah, sure, but you had to spend a lot more money to get this one, right? Overall, Anniversary is pretty solid this year, right? Nothing crazy compared to other gacha games. Unfortunately, they're just way more generous than Starl is. But I say this Anniversary rewards wise is actually pretty good. A lot of people are shitting on it mostly because there's a lot of paid stuff, but let's be real, bro. If you know this, deep down. If you're free to play or a whale, Star Rail favors those who are slight spenders. If you're a dolphin, you are chilling on Star Rail. You have to be willing to spend a bit of money on Star Rail. Now, if you can get the battle pass every update and get the login bonus, you are big chillin' with occasional pack here and there, then that is pretty much Star Rail is for you, right? It's going for someone who could buy this and then maybe buy some of the top-up resets, right? Because I bought the most expensive too. Maybe they don't expect you to get it right away, but maybe you buy the $5 one this time, right? Then like a month or so passes, you can buy the $30 one. Month or two passes, you get the $100 one because you really want a character, and you slowly buy them out. Star Wars is pretty much just for you, right? A game where if you're free to play, you can end up struggling quite a bit. If you're a whale, it kind of becomes like too easy and not really worth it. Like in all reality, you don't have to E6 a character. Most of the time, getting like the first or second dupe, or hell, just getting a really good support with a dupe will pretty much be all you need, right? I'm sure people are running around with E1 Tribi and Castors is going absolutely crazy. You don't need Castors E1, E2, E6, right? But there are people who do go for it. Not saying that it's a stupid decision, but it's a decision you don't really have to make. So, I feel like the sweet spot for how good Starro can be for you is if you are a slight spender, just because when you need to spend, you spend a little bit to get what you need, and then you go from there, right? Because overall, if we have to judge this from a free-to-play perspective, I'd say it's like a 4 out of 10, right? A free character from the Lich and Runmei is a W. The E6 thing will barely apply to you, but if it can, it is nice. And then the free rewards for logging in to get all the currency is pretty cool. But otherwise, that's really all you got for Anniversary. But if you are a slight spender, there's so much good shit that you can take advantage of as an Anniversary. It's actually crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video to get my thoughts out on every reward for Anniversary, because I feel like every time I see people talk about the Anniversary rewards, they're kind of shitting on it. And I feel like this Anniversary rewards aren't even that bad, especially compared to other Hoyo game anniversaries. I'm talking about you, Genshin. Good lord, they might as well not even call it the anniversary patch, which I don't even think they do. Does Genshin have like an icon like we do? Because for Star, it literally says second anniversary right here, right? I can't remember off the top of my head if Genshin has that. I'm pretty sure we had this last year, right? But I'd say this year's rewards are way better than last year's. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments about the rewards. Do you think they're good? They should be better for the free-to-plays? Do you think they should be better for the spenders? Let me know in the comments, and of course, I will catch y'all in the next one.